everyone, so welcome to today's video. This one is going to be exciting because I am trying a new product that I just got in the mail. I could not wait to get my hands on this. So when I saw the photos online, swatches, the brand founder, creator doing tutorials with it, and then the whole concept behind it, I knew I had to have it. Like, it was just definitely something that, one, I needed to have in my collection, and two, I feel like it was made for someone like myself because I am more of a one and done kind of gal when it comes to eyeshadows. And when I saw this new Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face palette, I just knew it's mine. Add to cart immediately. So it's so pretty. I absolutely love the packaging for this palette and the other palettes that I have from this brand. It's very much high quality. A lot of thought goes into it. It's not cheap packaging by any means. The palette retails for $62 and I just love the color on the outside. Of course, mine has some fingerprints on it because I've been holding it, but it's so pretty. It's a pretty kind of light, soft, champagne-y type of shade here, and there is a little bit of reflectivity to it, which is neat. On the back, there's the classic pinholes, as she always does with her eyeshadow palette, so that you can take them out, rearrange them, mix in other Natasha Denona eyeshadows, and kind of create your own custom palette, whatever that may be. And the inside is absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to use this. So on the inside, you have some bronzer and contour products. You have 2 blush shades and 5 eyeshadows. These are a very new formula, so I'm excited to experiment with this and compare it to my previous experience with other Natasha Denona eyeshadows. I have 4 of her midi palettes that I absolutely love, and I think they are absolutely worth every single penny. The packaging, the performance, the blendability, the shade ranges, the finishes, the textures, it's like A to Z, it's all covered, and I never have any complaints. And I personally have had very great success with her eyeshadow palettes, and I'm excited to try this new formula. But I'm also excited to try her bronzer formula and her blushes. I am not experienced in those products from her brand, so this would be kind of like a first time use for me to experience what the Natasha Denona formula is like for bronzers and her blushes. This is supposed to be the no makeup kind of vibe, where it's one shadow, you swipe it on, throw some liner or skip the liner, lashes, mascara, done, right? And it couldn't be more simple and easy, but there's something just so beautiful about looks like that. There's a level of sophistication that I just see whenever I look at a one shadow look and a picture, or even on myself. I just like how it looks so polished, so refined, and so beautiful. So I just love it, and I like how it can streamline my makeup routine and my process of getting ready. And this is definitely going to be at the very top of my makeup drawer for ease of use. Those products that I reach for quick makeup looks, this is definitely gonna go in there. And I am excited to try this palette out with you. So I'm gonna show you some swatches. We're gonna put some of these products on, and I'm just gonna give you my thoughts along the way. So I'm gonna start the tutorial demo with the bronzer. I do need to add some bronzer on, and there's 3 shades. It goes from light to dark. And honestly, how I would use this is taking a big fluffy brush, as I use for bronzer, and just going into all 3. You could try to be more strategic with a small brush, because these are little strips. So these are going to be hard if you wanted just this light color, unless you had something really small. So that, I would say, could be a downfall, because the actual width of the color is pretty narrow. So it's hard to pick up just that one shade. And honestly, I think the majority of people who use bronzer would use a fluffy type of brush. For contour though, you may want something that's a little bit more dense, maybe a smaller brush for more precision application. Whereas bronzing, you would want something a little bit fluffier, like something like this brush. This is the BK Beauty 111. Or even something like this. This is a Pro Powder 59 brush from the Sephora Pro collection. I love this for bronzer, even though it's made for powder. You could use this and kind of pick up all 3, but it would be too big just to aim for one specific little strip, right? And you could use like an angled brush too, but I'm going to use my normal go-to, and I'm going to use this in the form that I would in videos going forward, and also on my personal time off camera. So I'm going to use my BK Beauty 111, and I'm just going to go into all 3 shades. Okay, so that's going on super easy, very smooth, blendable. There is some pigment to it. I didn't pick up that much because I wasn't quite sure the level of intensity this was going to provide. So I kind of go in softly and very easy when I'm using a brand for the first time because I don't know how much pigment I'm going to be picking up. And it's better to add than to take away. So I like how I can build this up, and I am adding a little bit more. Yeah, I think that looks smooth and blended out. It definitely added some color and it did its job, and it blended out very, very smoothly. And I have no complaints, no issues. I'm excited. Yay. There's two shades for the blush. You have this really bright light pink, and then you have a deeper, more kind of rosy pink. So I'm going to start first with the lightest one and see what that looks like, and then we can add some of the other shade to deepen it. And I think I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe brush. It's stained from a previous blush, so it's now become a blush brush for me instead of a foundation brush. So I'm going to go in to the light side. I think this size brush is going to lend itself to easily picking up that one strip of color there. So I'm going to just get a little bit of that shade all over, tapping off the excess. I'm going to start on the apples of the cheek and blending that up. So I feel like that color is quite light and it gives me a wash of color. It's not very intense and it's pretty. I feel like it's something that I could probably try to build, but I am going to add a little bit of the other shade so you can see what that looks like on top. But let's go ahead and do the darker shade on this other side. So I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to wipe it off really well and then just go into this side. And I can already tell that this one's going to be more pigmented based off of how much pigment is on my brush. So I'm tapping off. And then I'm going to start on the higher side of my cheek and then bring it to the apples. So here's the side with the darker blush and the bronzer, and then here's the soft pink, the lighter blush with the bronzer. And I do like them both. I feel like this soft side looks a little more natural, like almost like there's not quite much there. Again, ties into that no makeup look. But I do like the rosiness that I'm picking up on this side. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the dark one on this side just to even my cheeks out. So this is what the cheeks look like when I mix the two shades together. I do like them both individually. I think I prefer mixing the two shades because this one on its own, the deeper one, is quite pigmented, and then this one is a little bit more sheer. So I feel like mixing the two really creates a nice balance for me, where I feel like it gives me some color, some rosiness, but it's not too crazy. Because when it comes to pigmented blushes, I am known to be pretty heavy-handed, where I have to continuously buff this product or that color and then go in with my foundation brush. So I like that there's a little bit more of a softness to this, where it's not so much at once. And I personally enjoy that, and I'm glad it's that way because this can be pretty scary for fair skin if you go in with too much and it's just way too much and it's not blendable. That creates a problem, but it's very easy to use. It's still pigmented, but workable, wearable, and definitely blendable. So I'm liking that. I like the bronzers, all three together. So now we get to try the eyeshadows. So here's some finger swatches of the eyeshadows. I'm going to insert better swatches for you, but just kind of quickly looking at it. The lightest one, called Dreamy, is a very pretty, sparkly kind of topper. She does have toppers in some of her other palettes, and I do enjoy them because it elevates any look, whether it's a simple one shadow look or you put on a couple shades, put a topper on, and it really just makes the eyes sparkle like diamonds on the eyes. And I love her toppers. They're incredible. And then the other four shades, they feel like creams. And when you look at the pan, it almost looks like you put your finger into a cream product. Look at that. Do you see that? I love these shades. I don't see not one shade that I would not use. And I think it's really, really pretty. And it's just kind of hard to decide where to start, right? Because I love them all. And I'm so thrilled that the Everyday shade is more of a bronzy tone, because that is absolutely my favorite eyeshadow color to wear. I love a good bronze, and it just, there's something about it. So I think I'm going to go for that and maybe mix in some pink. I don't know. We're just going to have fun with it, but I will insert some swatches that are better looking so you can actually see these colors. I'm going to use my finger to apply the Everyday color. That is so nice. So pretty. And then with the one shadow look, it's so easy to just use your finger to apply. You could use a brush, but I feel like maybe the brush may need to be layered a little bit more. This literally takes no time at all to actually apply the product. And this is such a beautiful color. So here's the everyday shade. So pretty. I'm going to take a brush. This is a reference number 3 with the everyday color. And I'm going to try to add some of this into this inner part here. It's hard to reach with my finger right in through here. And I'm just going to blend it so it doesn't look like there's something missing right in this area. And it's blending out quite nicely with a brush as well. And then with a clean brush, a Sephora Pro 27, I'm going to clean around the edges and just kind of buff this out. So you want to create a fade. That's the thing with the one and done. You want to have the most color on your lid and then have it gradually fade from very intense to almost nothing as you move up towards your brow. And then when you pull this color and blend it into your crease, when the light hits the eye, it's going to create a bit of shadow in your crease where it looks like there's something additional there, like another shade, but you didn't. It's just that one shade. And that's what I love about it, is because it's so easy. You just slap on a color and it looks like there's more than one thing going on. And so I took that same brush with a little bit of everyday and I added some to my crease just very lightly. Wiping off my brush, I'm going to go back and just continue blending this out just to soften that so it kind of creates that gradient. So I want to show you some of the other shades. So I thought it would be kind of neat to use the deeper shade called Statement, which is a dark brown, with a smudgy brush for the lower lashes, just to incorporate as many of these colors as I can today. But normally I would probably just do the everyday shade on the lower lashes and then just put on mascara and call it a day. But because we're doing a video, I wanted to show you more than just one color. So let's do that Statement on the lower lash line with a brush. And then I'm going to soften that with my finger, and it's really, really light. So I want to show you Dreamy. I'm going to apply that with my finger right over the everyday shade, and I'm going to use just my middle finger to pick up some of this product, and it is a little bit more loose compared to the other ones that are a little bit more cream feeling. This is going to be very sheer, and it's going to create a beautiful sparkle on the eye. And for this, I like to go from inner corner to outer corner, and then just whatever's left, just lightly tap it just to create kind of, again, a fade. So it's not just a bunch of glitter and sparkle and then it just ends there. I want it to fade gradually up towards my brow. And that looks so pretty. Do you see that? The way the light catches? Yes. I told you her toppers are some of the best that I've ever used. Wowie. Wowee. That just took everyday to a whole nother level. So I'm going to finish my eyes. I'm going to just do mascara today and tight line, and then I will be back to show you the completed eye look. Here's the completed eye look. So I tight lined with the Makeup by Mario Master Pro Pigment Pencil in the Perfect Brown. I love this formula and it stays on my waterline so beautifully. So I have the black and the brown one. So I chose to tight line with the brown one because it's more of a softer look. And then I did 2 coats of mascara. I used the Telescopic Lift from L'Oreal. That's the eyes. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't change a thing about it. It's right up my alley, and that sparkle is everything. And then of course I need to finish and kind of pull the whole face together with a lip for the day. So I'm plugging in another new product because my girl Charlotte Tilbury came out with some new lipsticks, some new pink shades and some new red lips. I don't do red lipstick hardly ever. So when I saw the pink shades, I was like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Kid in a candy store. I absolutely love Charlotte Tilbury products. It's one of my absolute favorite brands. So of course, when I saw these shades, I knew I had to get it. So I was a good girl and I only bought one to start, okay? To start, because they look so beautiful. I want them all. I bought the shade Red Carpet Pink because it's a nice, cool pink shade. I love this color, and the tube, don't even get me started on the packaging. It's pink. I love pink, so this has my name all over it. So we're using this today. And here is the red carpet pink. So I'm just kind of cleaning around the edge with a little bit of lip liner. This is the Pillow Talk Lip Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. And here is the lip with a little bit of the lip liner just around the edge to clean it up and create a little bit more of a fuller look. I absolutely love these two together. That lipstick shade is just perfect. It's a classic cool pink. I love it. I wouldn't change a thing about it. And that's another thing I wanted to point out about one shadow looks. If you pick a shade that's not too warm or too cool tone, something kind of right in the middle, more neutrally, then you can really pair it up with any sort of lip. You can do a cool pink lip like I did today. You can do a nude, something corally, something peach, something deep and dark, maybe a red tone as well. I mean, you can go any direction you want with the lip because those types of looks, they're just more simplistic, so it allows you to play up your lips a little bit more. And this is the final look, you guys. I love it. I love the way the eyes look and how simple and easy it was. The lip combo is perfection. The right cool tone shade of pink for me, and I absolutely love it. And I cannot wait to continue using that lipstick and lip liner combo. She did come out with new lip liners, by the way, to go with the new lipstick, so I will have those listed and linked for you down below. But this is it, you guys. I love the Hyper Natural Face Palette from Natasha Denona. I'm so happy that it's in my collection, and I look forward to using this because this was easy to use. The performance was stellar. The swatches, the pigmentation, again, 10 out of 10. The packaging is just beautiful, and I have no complaints. I just absolutely adore everything about it. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Subscribe for more videos like this and for more tutorials in the future using this palette. Everything is going to be listed and linked for you down below, including all of the products that I already applied prior to filming, so that you can have them for reference if you want to shop the foundation, the concealer. It's all going to be down in the description box, so expand that. You can always connect with me on Instagram. It's always here on the screen. It pops up and you can connect with me there. We can be friends and chat. I look forward to seeing you there, and I will catch you in my next video, you guys. Take care and have such a great and amazing day. Bye-bye.